Did you guys miss us? I know y'all missed us. We're back. We had a little hiatus, but we are back with a new episode, brand new episode. A lot of stuff has been happening since we left. A lot of craziness in the NBA, and it's hot, it's humid, and Todd's here once again. He's working on his tan.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one in a couple of days. Today was the first day outside. I've been avoiding the heat until 5 p.m. Yeah.
Smart. But we gonna get right back. Oh yeah, Pedro's here too. He's back there. He's back there somewhere.
It's like the Wizard of Oz back there.
All right, so let's get back to it. With the atomic bomb that was dropped on the NBA via Kawhi Leonard, this guy, he's completely just wrecked the whole league. He's messed up the whole natural order of things in the NBA with the stuff he's done. So he signed a 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Clippers, and he made the Los Angeles Clippers trade for Paul George in the same plan. But first, we'll talk about this 3-year deal he signed with the Clippers. I was surprised.
I didn't really know how he's one of those people. He doesn't give much off, so you don't really know how he feels about anything. Mm-hmm. But him being a hometown kid, I just figured he ain't going to San Diego State for college. I just figured he was going back to LA. Granted, the Raptors were a great option for him. He just won a championship. I'd prefer to see if I can go back to back. That's just how I am as a person. But you want to go back home, there's no better place than home.
Yeah, I think he was like, I got y'all ring. I've been waiting forever.
And it's cold too out there. And he's a Cali kid.
And you don't got to deal with, border patrol, dealing with customs, when you got to fly into the States for a game and stuff like that. I was hearing stuff about all that craziness.
Hold up, they got to go through that every time?
Yeah.
Like every time?
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Very. So, that's one of the bad things about being with Canada.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so, LA, the destination LA, it's a good place for him. I thought he was going to go to the Lakers just because it seemed like it was just leading towards him going to the Lakers. But, the Clippers, now they have a squad. They have a squad.
And, they've been on the rise since Doc got there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's one of those, they focus so much on the Lakers because they want the Lakers to be back on top, kind of like New York wants Knicks to be something. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Kawhi reminded people, there's more than one team in LA but the Lakers.
Yeah. Even though there should only be one team in LA, they need to get the Clippers up to Seattle or something.
Sharing first of all, professional teams shouldn't be sharing venues.
At all.
That's just too much work you got to do. And then you got people, the culture and all this, disrespecting, Clippers for so many years. It's like, they deserve their own building. Yeah. But Kawhi just reminded people that there's no longer that big brother. That big brother, little brother. Everybody's just the same level now.
Yeah, I think with his personality, if he can get a ring with the Clippers after getting one with the Raptors, we have to put this guy in the GOAT conversation because there's not just because he's getting both teams their first ever appearance in the finals or first ever championship if he's able to do it with the Clippers. That's just, I can't even think of the last player to do that.
Well, with the Clippers, it wouldn't be him now. Kind of like with Toronto, Paul George.
Yeah.
Paul George is a way better offensive threat than Kawhi.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest. So it would I get what you're saying, but it wouldn't be the same just because you got Paul George, who's also another Hall of Fame caliber player.
Yeah, speaking of Paul George, one of the stipulations for him signing with the Clippers was he basically was like, you guys got to go out and get Paul George, and which was kind of crazy because Paul George was just finished off the first year of signing that massive contract with the Thunder. So it's now you got two of the best wing defenders in the game and two of the best wing scorers in the game on the same team. This is gonna be a problem for a lot of teams to handle.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised just because you don't know the camaraderie, who's cool with who's friendly with who. And I didn't think those pair would be that cool. You know what I mean? And Kawhi doesn't give off much, so we don't really know who he really contact or comes in contact with. He's not a social media guy. Yeah. A lot of guys in the league, you can see who they hang out with because it's on their social media. Mm-hmm. So with him, I was definitely surprised. But two Cali kids.
Yeah, this was definitely shocking. And also two guys, last year Paul George had the chance to go with the Lakers, but chose not to. So getting traded to the Clippers, now you got the Clippers, they got Patrick Beverly, who's considered one of the best guards. Defensive guards in the league. Now you got these two guys. It's getting buckets on them on the perimeter is going to be. It just got a whole lot harder.
I mean, they say defense wins championships, right?
Yeah.
So that's what their goal is, to win the chip.
Yeah. So what they gave up for, they gave up a few players to get Paul George. They gave up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was pretty nice his rookie year. He had a good rookie season. Danilo Gallinari, and then there's a 2020, 2022, 2024, and 2026 first-round picks they gave up. Also, I think Miami was part of this trade as well. It was another team. So the OKC got Miami's 2021 and 2023 first-round picks. OKC got a whole lot of draft picks out of this, which they should get. But I mean, this whole team, I think Damian Lillard just blew that whole team up.
I mean, due to circumstance and how it happened, it looks like that. But yeah, it was just time, man. Like Westbrook overstayed his welcome. He did anything he could do for the organization. You know what I mean? It was time for him to move on.
Yeah. Now, how do you see this working out with the Clippers, with this whole Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams? Because those are going to be the three offensive guys.
Well, Lou's still coming off the bench,
still
right?
coming off the bench.
So Lou's
going to finish the game.
Lou's going to be Lou regardless. That's always Lou's a finisher. He's not a star, he's a finisher.
Yeah.
Kawhi's going to be Kawhi, and Paul George, I think he'll be able to be. He could be the man because Kawhi doesn't have to have the ball as much, and he does more. He's dual threat, defensive prowess, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can go offensively, but Paul George is a natural better offensive threat than Kawhi.
Yeah, and Paul George is coming off being the third in MVP racing. He could have been MVP this season. He just injuries and Giannis was just doing stuff like that. Giannis and James Harden was doing the things they were doing, but George had his career year last year. I think averaged 28 per game, and so I think it's definitely going to work just because I think if Paul George is the focal point of the offense, I think everything else could work itself out.
And Kawhi, I'm sure Kawhi's not oblivious that Paul George has had one of the best years in his career.
Yeah.
And once again, granted, they're both you say two-way players, but Kawhi is the two-way player.
Yeah.
So it allows George to be more of an offensive threat. And with Kawhi, he doesn't have to focus on being more offensive because he has more options.
And he doesn't take that many shots.
But with the Raptors, he had to.
Yeah.
Because
he's pretty efficient.
some of the guys weren't going to put it in the hole for him at certain points in the game. Paul George would put it in there.
Yeah, definitely. So, this is going to be definitely going to be an interesting team to watch. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make some trades during the season, the middle of the season, because that's just how the NBA is. So, with Paul George going to the Clippers, now Russell Westbrook, he got traded to Houston for Chris Paul and some draft picks. And when this happened, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work. With Westbrook and James Harden, I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be interesting. Granted, they've known each other since high school, and they're cool with each other, they're like best friends and stuff. So it'll probably work, but it'll take some time because it'll happen probably after the All-Star break or something when they figure it out. Because
I always wonder when they dismantled Harden, Westbrook, and Durant, what would the success rate would have been if they would have got rid of KD and kept Harden and Westbrook. So this is kind of like what we're going to see.
Yeah.
And I think when you grow up with somebody, you understand them at a different level compared to anybody else in the NBA or organization, wherever you work for. So he's probably able to get to Westbrook like nobody else can because they know each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And when you grow up with him, you know everything about that man. So yeah, he probably knows how to calm Westbrook down and vice versa.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna these are two guys they need to get to the chip because if they don't get it playing together, then it's gonna be like you guys all this talent kind of wasted that you guys only got to the finals once, and the time we saw you in the finals, one guy just disappeared. But this is a very, very interesting team just because of who they have. You got PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Clint Capella, and it's like I don't know. I don't know the dynamics of how this. I have question marks about this team. But granted, they'll still be a top team in the West, but I don't know if they'll be able to get over that hump.
I just see, like, when you look at your 1 and your 2, is Westbrook and James Harden, that's just a hard cover.
Yeah.
There aren't that many, I want to say, duos that can cover those two.
Yeah. But Westbrook, he has to improve. I don't know what happened to his jumper last season, but it was just.
Wasn't he coming off injury? Yeah, I think he had a surgery or something in the off season or
I know
something.
he had one this off season.
I thought he had something in the summer too. I don't think he was completely healthy.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but his.
Well, if he had surgery this
past
obviously
offseason,
he might have been hurt.
Yeah. I don't know about last offseason, but his numbers been dipping. His 3-point percentage has been dropping. Granted, Westbrook's never been a 3-point shooter. He's always been an attack the basket mid-range guy, but even like his free throws dropped as well. So a lot of things dropped for him this year that it was just like, yo, you went from an 80% free throw shooter to like 60 or something like that. And even the 3-pointer was dropped. It was pretty bad. So hopefully he could get back to where it was, to at least being average, because you can't, especially in that Mike D'Antoni system, you gotta make threes and open shots.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But he also might have been the piece that they needed in a D'Antoni offense, because he's not that great of a shooter. He's just a super athletic guard that might just give him a different look. Because you got to change something. You have to change something about your offense to get over that hump.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And with this trade, they got rid of one enigma, which was Chris Paul, because apparently him and James Harden weren't getting along. I'll say this: if this don't work out with Westbrook and Harden, and they get rid of Westbrook, we gonna have to start looking at James Harden like, guy, this is the third big guy that's came in here, and it didn't work out. You gotta start looking at him, because
some guys are just alphas. They don't need to be paired up with another superstar. Like, let's be honest, like Kobe, him and Shaq didn't work too well, but what other superstars did he play with after that? He played with some guys that were good, some all-stars, some stars, but how many superstars did he play with? So just some guys are alphas, and stop trying to pair every player up just because you want to have like an equal chance or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, each team has 2 stars, but each team doesn't need one.
Yeah. It seems like James Harden, he wants to, this is my show, and I'm not, because to me it seems like he's never going to change. He's not going to change his way, his style, what he does on the court. He won't adjust. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. And
let's be honest, though. What about MJ when he first, you know what I mean? There was in times where he didn't really want to pass the ball to certain players, too, and he had to adjust as well. So it's like, people forget, like, Alpha's a totally different player.
Yeah.
Like, he thinks he could take on the whole league by himself.
Yeah.
So it's like, so the people in the front office might need to bring James Harden in and talk to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And tell him what they expect of him. Not
Yeah,
just let him just do what he wants.
Yeah, because in this day and era of NBA, there's just a lot more athletic players than there used to be. Even guys that aren't as good offensively or skilled, they're just great athletes all over the place. So it's going to be, you trying to go up against a whole team, it's going to be, you get to the offseason, you get to the postseason, and then you wear down, you get tired, legs aren't where they used to be. But Chris Paul, he's on OKC now. I don't think they're going to trade him somewhere, but we're trying to figure out where he goes, because now he has that contract that, woo.
I don't know, man. Chris Paul, he's one of those, he's like in the middle. He's a player, but he's also you know what I mean? Like, he does so much with like the business side of the basketball, where some players don't really like Chris Paul because they think he's like a knock. Like, they think he's a mole. Like, so, and then I was seeing how Kenyon Martin, you know what I mean? He talks about how some guys in the league, they always feel like you got to watch over their back with Chris Paul because they feel he's a mole. And it's kind of like, you know, I don't want to say back up his comments, but you know what I mean? Chris Paul get moved around, like. Gotta look in the mirror at some point.
Yeah. But at this point, I don't know where he's gonna go. There's been talks about Miami trying to sign him. It's just that contract that he got. He's getting paid $40 million the next 3 years. But he's 34, and you know he's been injured a lot. I don't think he's lasted a full postseason in a while. I think this past postseason was the first time he actually was able to play every game.
I heard he's hard to play with too. Like some guys, they have to control the ball
can see
so
that.
much. It's like, all right, my biggest thing is timing. You come off a screen for the ball, they don't give it to you. You wait a couple seconds. Let me go move. Let me go set a screen for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's when they give you the ball. It's like, bro, I was already ready to shoot it like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah,
now I got to get the offense moving again. Like.
They say he has the serious Napoleon complex.
But the thing is, he's not that short. He's like my height.
Compared to all the guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris Paul, he's just, I don't know. But Miami might be looking at signing him, but I don't think he wants to go to I think he wants to go to a team that's ready to win now, to a contender. My best bet is the Bucks. I think the Bucks should try to take a hard look at trying to get him because I like Bledsoe, but he's, postseason time, Bledsoe, he'll kind of fade away.
I'll give you that.
Chris Paul in the postseason, he's proven he'll make plays in the postseason, especially give him and Giannis. I think that could work out.
I don't agree that he should be getting shopped around like this because his skill hasn't dwindled that much. Like he can still be productive. He was killing some games, but whatever situation works better for him, I think he can work well with Giannis just because they got rid of Brogdon, right?
Yeah.
And they got Bledsoe, and he shells up.
And George Hill too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they can use Chris Paul.
Yeah.
They can use Chris Paul.
Well, hey, Bucks, if y'all do that, make sure y'all give us a percentage. You know where you got the idea from. But yeah, we'll see where he goes. Right now, he's still on OKC, but OKC, they're just time to rebuild. They're about to. I think someone said the next draft. The draft for the next few years should just be held at their GM's house since they got so many first-round picks.
They try to get Bronny.
Yeah, man. It's definitely rebuild mode for them. It's a rebuild time for them. So we'll see what happens. Just good luck being in the lottery the next 5 years because that's the Lakers. So the Lakers didn't add Kawhi, but they were able to pick up some free agents to fill out their roster. They added Boogie Cousins. They re-signed Rondo. They signed Danny Green. The Lakers have a very, very interesting roster.
Yo, but didn't they, when they made that AD, didn't they have to reconstruct the deal? Because they missed some stuff?
I think
didn't allow them to, make a full roster?
Yeah.
Or something that made no sense.
I think AD gave, the $4 million trade thing back or something like that. He rescinded that, whatever.
And then they had to reschedule it? Not reschedule. Restructure it?
Yeah, something like that. It was weird.
How did that stuff even happen?
I don't know.
If you were so caught up on getting this man AD, you should have had everything in place, double-checked, triple-checked.
I tell you, they didn't even know because the trade, when they made the trade, they should have waited so they could avoid all this stuff. But they don't, not paying attention to details, which seems to be a problem a lot. But this roster, they don't got no shooters. They have zero shooters. I'm looking at these shooters. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You can shoot it.
Not consistently. Avery Bradley. Quinn Cook. Danny Green. Danny Green could go 8 for 8 one game, and he could go 0 for 10 the next game.
He is a shooter. He did get out of that slump. I said he'd get out of it.
Yeah, he's a shooter. They re-signed Rondo. They still got Stevenson. So I'm looking at, they picked up Jared Dudley as well. I'm looking at this roster. I'm like,
they got
Kuzma,
my guy.
But Kuzma's not really he's not a standstill. I'm gonna stand in the corner and let me shoot it. He wants the ball.
Depending on who's on the court, he better figure out how to stand still shoot. Cause LeBron, AD, how many opportunities did you guys get? You better figure it out.
Everybody's saying the Lakers are gonna be the number top 2 team, a 1-2 team in the West. But I'm just looking at this roster and I'm worried because at the end of the day, in this era of NBA, you need guys that can make open shots. And they don't have a lot of guys that can make open threes. Granted, you got AD and LeBron, so you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. But when it comes down to when LeBron gets double teamed or AD gets double teamed, can these other guys hit open shots? And I don't know, man.
Well, your third option being Kuzma is not a bad third option at all.
It's not.
You know what I mean? He's a young, he's a young bull. Mm-hmm. And you gotta give him time. It's only July. They got some months to figure it out, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this roster. It's I just don't see a championship roster. I don't. Me personally, I don't see a championship roster. I see a team that can make a run at it just because you got two top NBA guys on the roster. But I don't know. DeMarcus Cousins, he dropped a lot of weight. I don't know if you saw the photo of him. He dropped a lot of weight since the NBA Finals. So maybe he can. I mean, I think he'll be solid for them.
For him to drop that much weight in a short amount of time, like what were you doing during the season?
Right.
So let's get back on track.
Yeah. So the Lakers will be tough, but everybody's talking about the Clippers and the Lakers, but I think the top 3 teams next year are going to be the Nuggets, the Jazz, and people are sleeping on the Warriors. Everybody's like, this is like all this happening is the best thing for the Warriors because everybody's just like putting them back to the back burner, and then next thing you know, we'll be talking about them again. Like, oh,
I didn't put too much thought in who the top 3 teams would be, but I don't think the Warriors will be. But I think I don't think they're gonna be trash.
No, but they're just everybody's just gonna forget about them, and then boom, and then once the playoff comes, they'll see, oh, okay, they're still here, and it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, the Lakers have an interesting squad. So I mean, this is LeBron's window to win a title. So
and like certain fans for certain organizations, they just kind of like lying to themselves too. Like they're hoping the teams are gonna be good because the culture and you know what I mean, how they've been for so long. It's like, bro, like. It's all right if they're trash for a couple years. Like, it's okay.
Yeah. Speaking of the Warriors, they picked up Willie Cauley-Stein. I don't know if we talked about this the last time, but I forget. But they picked up Willie Cauley-Stein. They signed him to a 2-year deal. And it's a solid pickup for them. They got a nice roster. I
always like Willie Cauley-Stein. I wish he shot the ball better, but he does everything else.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that's content with his roles on teams, like play defense. I just got cut to the basket because I'm going to get 10 easy points just cutting to the basket. Now with this team, he's probably going to get 16 easy points just standing next to the hoop or something.
I mean, when you really ain't that skilled and you find your niche, you with the team that could, I want to say, to help your game blossom even more, you ride with him. So he's going to do well with them. Yeah, they needed more players like that anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
More scrappy. That's kind of what Toronto had over them.
Yeah.
They had all the stars, but no real scrappers.
Yeah. So Cauley-Stein, he's a good defender, good rebounder. I think the pick and roll with him and D'Angelo Russell, that's going to be serious because D'Angelo Russell comes off that pick and roll. He's proven he can make that mid-range shot, and then now you got to worry about him. He's pretty athletic, and he's young too. So, I mean, they're going to be fine for all the stuff that they went through in the finals and all this. So I think the Warriors will still be out there, but and they get Klay Thompson back. I think they say he's gonna come back around like February, March or so, but he won't be fully back until the year after. But he's a shooter.
Right.
Yeah, but he's a shooter, so I mean,
hopefully
you can stand to shoot.
Hopefully,
he can still do that.
Hopefully he heals right. You know what I mean? One thing you gotta make sure everybody heals right.
Yeah, just don't go to them sketchy German doctors that some other players have been going to.
I mean, Kobe went to a German.
Sketchy.
But he's Kobe, and he did all right. I'm just saying.
Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. NBA Summer League. Yo, the NBA Summer League it was exciting watching some of those games. And the Celtics, man, we talked about those young guys they got. I told you I like their second-round picks better than I like their first-round picks. And my goodness, them boys were Tremont and Carson Edwards. I don't know if you watch some of the games. Yeah, Carson Edwards was lighting it up in the Summer League. And now this other guy, Javonte Green, I don't know where he came from, but that guy is a baller.
I forgot where he came from, too. The name sounds familiar, Javonte Green. But, nah, man, those second-round picks are proven players. So I don't understand what they expect. No, I understand what they expected them. Like, I expected them to produce.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what else they expected them to show. Like, Carson Edwards was a 20-plus points a game guy. Taco affects the offense. He affects everything on the court once he's out there.
Yeah.
He makes the game easier. It's like, and he moves way better than people thought. They thought, he's 7, whatever. He's going to move like George Marathon. Nah, this dude's black from Africa. He got some feet. He can move. Like, come on, man. Don't be insulting him. He could dance. Like, come on, man. Ain't no George Marathon out here. No Sean Bradleys. They couldn't even walk up. They couldn't barely walk. Like, nah, this boy different. And he got better every year.
Yeah, he definitely did get better every year. Because usually guys that size, there's a disadvantage and, speed-wise and stuff. But watching him, he definitely could move. And The only problem is when they put him in that high pick and roll.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't expect there's not many big guys that can actually cover. But good luck trying to get a shot off.
For real.
As much ground as he covers, it was anytime somebody tried to get the shot off, he was just there.
And they focus so much on the negatives with him.
Yeah.
He's the tallest person in the league. What else do you need? He can run up and down the court and not be the last person all the time.
Yeah.
What else do you really want?
Yeah, the guy shows a lot of efforts because I remember there was a few plays that the Celtics ran. It wasn't even plays. He just he got his behind down in the paint, and all you gotta do is throw the ball to the rim as high as you can, and each time it was an easy bucket. So I mean, Taco Falls. I hope he makes the team. I hope since he was undrafted.
Bro, they better give him that last spot. Why wouldn't you give a man that size a last? You just throw him out there for fouls, for anything.
Even if he doesn't play, marketing-wise, because out in Vegas, besides Zion, he was like the attraction out in Vegas. There were long lines for people waiting to get his autographs. The fans were cheering for him. He stole the show after Zion got injured.
Dog. People like that, he can even play in movies like Boban. Because those are people you see anywhere in the world, you know exactly who they are.
Yeah.
You already know, I think that's so-and-so. No, you recognize that head anyway. Come on, man. So, I honestly, though, and it's you can't teach height.
You definitely can't teach height.
That man's the definition of hard work. I seen him when he first was at UCF. Yeah. He was trash. Now we show that he's a professional athlete. Yeah. Get him in a chance, and he'll show you some things. Yeah,
there were a lot of players on that Celtics Summer League rosters that showed some promise that they could make it to the league. But the people the ones that stood out for me, Carson Edwards stood out, Tremont Waters stood out, Javonte Green, and also Grant Williams. He was actually shooting the ball.
I'll be honest, bro. All their rookies is all right.
Except we haven't seen Romeo Langford yet.
I mean, but the majority of them. Think about it, you named all your rookies and they're all doing something. That's rare in Summer League. You know what I mean? And they're all producing. So.
Yeah, and especially the guards. NBA is it's a guards game, and these guys they're showing that they can control it. Granted, this is Summer League. You're going up against other players that are trying to get a job too. So. Look at that. Some of the shots Carson Edwards was taking and making, I was like, man.
And he's built like a pro. He's not one of them college guys that, he has to get in the weight room, get bigger. He's already a pro. Just give him the ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Give him the ball. Yeah, and sign Taco Fall. Oh, they did sign Carson Edwards.
Yeah.
To a 4-year deal.
I
think they signed all of them.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Yeah, a couple of days ago. They signed him. Still waiting on, but yeah, they need to sign Taco. Just sign him, have him on the roster, even if he got to be in the G League.
I might have to email Papa Twist, man.
Yeah.
Jeff Twist, man, get on it.
Yeah. Even if he got to be in the G League I don't even think he needs to be in the G League for that long. Just a couple games.
I mean, just to get a feel for the game. But he is just tall. He's just a body, man. You just can't teach that.
Yeah. So, I'm looking. So, I'm more impressed now with the Celtics. I need to see Romeo Langford play. I need to see him play. I need to see how he'll handle the NBA. But those other guys, I mean, Carson Edwards, man. That dude.
Even if Romeo don't do nothing, we still got players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always one guy that doesn't do something in the draft. Yeah. Or that comes from the draft. But I think he'll be all right, though.
Yeah, he should be. Another Summer League, Zion Williams, granted he played before the earthquake happened and God, they had to suspend the game. He played a good amount of minutes and he was doing his thing and he manhandled what's his name? Kevin Knox.
Kevin Knox, man. Knox was talking crazy. I could hear the swizz. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, just took that ball away from him. Can't let another somebody do that to you.
Yo, that was like my favorite play in Summer League so far, just because you don't never see no grown man.
Boom, there goes right there. Give me that.
Give me that candy, son. I watched you buy that candy. I just took it from you. Give me that. Go back and still get a new pack. Yeah. But with him though, Zion, granted, he didn't do much working out and all that, and everybody's been talking about it. He looked ginormous.
I mean, granted, he's been doing all this pressing.
But I'll be honest, no, he need to hit a treadmill every day. Like, sometimes you gotta be self-motivated. Just because you got mad stuff to do, he could be like, yo, I'm putting on some weight. Like, he's always gonna be able to put on natural weights because he's a big guy. You know? But for him to not play to not play for months, he played all right.
Yeah, he
didn't really know what to. I mean, we see what we expected. Dunks, dunks, and dunks.
Speaking of dunks, there's one of Jackson Hayes. If y'all could put that one up. Oh my goodness, it's I have it. Pedro put it up in a second. Jackson Hayes, what he did to that. Ooh.
Took the charge, right?
Nah, he tried. Yeah, that's the one right here.
Oh yeah. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Oh my Lynn.
At that point, you got to make a business decision. So, this is what the Pelicans have to look forward to. You got guys like that, and you got Zion, and you got Lonzo, who's gonna dish it out to them. But yeah.
I mean, that guy did make a business decision.
The wrong business decision.
He should have took the night off.
Seriously, they ain't paying you, man. You ain't got that money yet. They ain't paying you. You should just, nah.
Yeah, but my thing is, though, like, yeah, guys like that, you don't take charges, man, one step out the paint. Like,
no.
Yeah, you punch it on your head.
No.
But, with Zion, though, like, yeah, he just has to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
That's really it. Because in college, they tell you when you have workouts in the league or professional anywhere overseas, you got to just find time to get your own work in.
Yep.
So,
speaking of other NBA, R.J. Barrett, he had like an up and down summer league. He was, we talk about the struggle is him shooting the ball. It's like he's not that great of a shooter, and he was like 20% or something. But he figured some things out in the last couple of games, and he was getting doubles and attacking the hoop more.
When I see him, his game got to be like D Wade a little more. Because D Wade wasn't the best shooter coming in, but he played the 2, he played the 1. Yeah. But he was always getting to the bucket. And Dan Dawkins was saying, like I was watching Summer League, he was saying that Barrett should get to the free throw line 10 times a game because he's able to. If you get fouled 5 times, you know what I mean, going to the cup, that's 10 free throws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he figured that out in the Summer League. But the more he played, the better he got. That's really all it is.
Yeah, that's usually how it always goes. Like the more you play, the more you start figuring things out, and then, everything goes from there. But, yeah, I mean, hey. Next, y'all gonna have some growing pains with them, but y'all gotta be patient. New Yorkers aren't patient for nothing, so.
Nah, man, but they're gonna be all right. I like the young nucleus. Kevin Knox, him. What's the dude that's supposed to go to Western Kentucky, but didn't.
I forget his name.
Well, he's nice too. Yeah. The guy with the colorful hair. Yeah, he be balling though.
Colorful is correct.
Yeah, he be balling. I like him.
All right. And lastly, with the NBA, I believe next season they're going to implement this NBA challenge rule where you could challenge one call, like if it's out of bounds or shot clock, goaltending, those type of things.
Charge too? Gotta be, because you might be on the line.
Yeah, probably. Right. I'm not too sure. But this is I just hope they don't try to go overboard with this whole challenge thing, because I already hate challenges. I already hate replays and sporting events and just making the game longer than it needs to be and like dissecting every little thing now, because it kind of, when you do stuff like this, it kind of opens up Pandora's box. So now he's like, all right, let's do more. And then we got to, every questionable call we got to look at and stuff. Like, nah, just play.
I agree, because I feel, like I said, human error is part of athletics. That's what makes sport. But I feel like there's too much conversation in sports too. Like when I work out with some of the girls, they always tell me why they miss layups. I don't care why you missed the layup. Just make the layup. There's no real reason. Like, so no one wants to hear the reasoning. Yeah. Just make or miss. You know what I mean? Just work. So with that, yeah, there's a couple calls that each team might feel should go their way. So they're giving you an opportunity to do that, but don't try to make it like you're always gonna talk about every call, because it's like, bro, this is basketball.
Only thing I think they should use it for is when the goaltending, when it's off the backboard, and they'll count a bad, they won't count it or something like that. And I think that's when, because that happened a couple years ago in the playoffs. There was a goaltending and obvious goaltending, and they didn't call it, and it's just like, okay, these are the types of stuff we should replay, not know, if this is a charge or whatever.
I mean, but they put that restricted area in the paint for a reason. So if a dude's on the line, he's in the area. Yeah. So make sure both feet and both heels are not touching the line. You know what I mean? It's one of them things like, and if it's only one, how bad could it be? It's not like the NFL. where you're able to question almost every time somebody gets hit when a pass comes to him. That's ridiculous. So.
Yeah, NFL's. Yeah. Speaking of the NFL, we got some NFL training camps are starting this week. There's some teams that already started training camp today, and everybody's going to be reporting to training camp this week and then next week. And, it's that time again. NFL season is 50 days away, and, they're getting to it. So Melvin Gordon of the San Diego Chargers, he wants a new contract. And he's in the last year of his rookie deal. And the Chargers aren't, right now, they're in no rush to give him a new deal. So this is where we're at now. I don't know if he's going to hold out or anything like that, but he's made it clear that he wants a long-term deal. He's coming off a season where he rushed for 885 yards and 10 touchdowns, and he caught 66 passes for 490 yards and 4 touchdowns in 12 games. Only played 12 games, so... I mean, we know the NFL is just stingy. These folks are stingy. They don't like paying players. And after I just saw, they gave each team like $270-something million for like revenue or something like that, or revenue loss. The NFL gave each team that, and it's like
that money should be going to the people that help bring the revenue in.
Yeah. The
only people that bring the revenue in, and those are the guys on the field.
Yeah.
But I remember I asked you in the room. Earlier today, is there any stipulation in his contract? How many games he has to play and all that stuff? Because was he still in his rookie contract?
Yeah.
So none of that?
No. This is the last year of the rookie contract.
I mean, football, they don't want to pay their players, but the players deserve to get paid.
Especially running backs.
Yeah.
Especially running backs. They try to shortchange running backs a lot. They'll try to overwork them, and then they'll get rid of them and find a new one.
You know how the world works, bro. Yeah. The more work you do, the less you get paid.
Yeah.
The least you do, the more you get paid.
Yeah.
So that's just how society's working. Hopefully they change that, because there's no reason why guys that get hit almost every down are barely getting the money they deserve.
Yeah.
And QBs that barely get touched, some games are like almost billionaires.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And I think because they have the collective bargaining deal coming up. I think it expires soon, so they have it coming up soon, and they need to adjust some things where their players are able to get more money or more guaranteed money, because everything in those collective bargaining deals is not in favor of the players. It's in favor of the owners. And
now, who are in these collective bargaining meetings? Do they have the NBA thing, like the players?
They have Players Association.
What players are talking to these guys?
I don't know. Because the last lockout, it seemed like those guys just wanted to get back in it. They took whatever deal was presented to them after, I don't know how many days that NFL lockout was. But the lockout wasn't even during the season as well. It was, during the off season. I'm just like.
But sometimes you got to know your worth, regardless of what you miss out on.
Yeah.
You want to miss out a year of your playing career, cool, but you got to help the people understand that you are worth something. You don't just take whatever they give to you. Mm-hmm. You ask for a steak and they give you a bone, you ain't gonna be happy with it.
Yeah. And out of all the leagues, football has the worst collective bargaining deals in all the sports, and they're the least paid out of every sport. Even basketball, football, hockey, all of them are well compensated. I said that wrong.
Yeah, compensated.
Compensated.
Yeah, you're right.
And a lot of them are overpaid. A lot of them. Yeah, so, I mean, at least those sports, they look out for the players. Even the players that are average, they make sure they get their money. But
one thing I will say, just me living down south for a couple years, the price of living's cheaper. Jobs don't pay as much compared to up here, so they probably think we're overpaid in the Northeast. Mm-hmm. And you know where most of these football players come from? The South.
Those country boys.
The world still looks at certain things in certain areas a certain way still.
Yeah.
And they don't want to play. They don't want to pay certain people.
Yeah.
In the NFL, they still have that mindset. Mm-hmm. We've seen it in the past with certain comments and things like that.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
we'll catch up.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with this deal. If they'll give him an extension or what else. Speaking of another player who wants a long-term deal but isn't getting it, Jadeveon Clowney of the Houston Texans, they didn't reach a long-term deal this past Monday, and Clowney has yet to sign his franchise tag, which will be a one-year deal with basically what, $16 million. That's how much he's gonna play for this upcoming season, and I think he's gonna sign it eventually. But I think he's just using this so he doesn't have to come to camp. Because I swear, a lot of these players, when they don't want to go to camp, they don't sign these tags until they actually, have to. But another instance of teams not wanting to pay a player their worth.
Man, you know me. I never played football, so like my feelings towards this is just like ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you pay the guys that sweat and bleed for you. What is so hot about that?
Yeah. Especially for a guy who's coming off his third straight Pro Bowl season. He had 9 sacks last season, forced fumble recovered 47 tackles. He had a solid season for that defense because you got J.J. Watt that's takes up a lot of stuff, and they have another Merciless. I forget his first name.
Marcellus?
No, Merciless.
Oh, it's really Merciless?
Yeah, his name's Merciless.
Okay.
And so they got some guys there on the defense. So I mean, if you want to make it to the Super Bowl, you kind of want to keep your defensive guys happy and pay them.
And wasn't Clowney the number 1 pick?
Yep.
So the way his career is going, it's kind of going like a number 1 pick's career should go. How many years he played? 5?
Yeah.
5 years, 3 Pro Bowls. So his first years he had to figure it out. Now he's figured it out. Now it's time to pay that man.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. What else do you need to see?
I don't know. They want him to take a disc. They probably want him to take a discount like they always do with players. But I mean,
so he wants him. So they want him to downgrade his worth.
Pretty much.
But will they downgrade theirs?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just weird. But yeah, they should get. And he's only 26 years old. So like come on, man. Y'all gotta give this guy his money.
I'll be honest. Basketball make NFL look bad, man. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Like,
baseball too.
Yeah, like they're like light years ahead of things. The NFL is trying to hold on to this nonsense. Why?
I know.
Just move on like the rest of the sports have.
Pay the man, as the great man once said, Deion Sanders. Pay the man. All right. Lastly, somebody who did get paid, Grady Jarrett of the Atlanta Falcons. Grady Jarrett.
I was wondering what league and who that was.
Grady Jarrett of the Atlanta Falcons, not the Atlanta Hawks. So he signed a new 4-year deal with the Falcons. Why can't I talk? Grady Jarrett signed a 4-year contract with the Atlanta Falcons, $68 million. DM position. I don't know why I couldn't get that out, but I got it out. Good for him, because he got his money, and he was going to hold out. He was going to hold out and not show up to camp. So, the Falcons, they're not, 28-3. So
Yeah, man.
they're never gonna live that down. But I think it's good for him. He's another guy, 26 years old. This is his third year and the 4th year, I should say, in the league. He's had a good solid season as a defensive tackle, defensive end. He had 6 sacks last year, which was a career high. And hey, played out. He finished out that rookie contract, and then they gave him the deal.
Hey, I mean, they did what they should be doing to Clowney.
Yeah.
He just finished his rookie contract, had a career high in sacks, right?
Yep.
He did his job. Now pay the man.
And this guy, he was picked in the 5th round too.
Oh my God, he's not even the number 1 pick, and he's getting paid.
Yeah. It's a team that values their defensive players because you got to win the defense, but it's just you're still on the.
Quick question: how many picks are there per round in the NFL?
Like 32.
So at least like 90-something, 100-something people were ahead of him.
Yeah.
Maybe 150.
Yeah.
He's getting paid before Clowney, and nobody was.
It came a year after Clowney. He got drafted a year after
But
Clowney.
everyone was behind Clowney in the draft.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to pay that man? Okay.
Yeah, makes no sense, but oh
Get
well.
out of Texas, brother. I lived there before.
I love Texas. I love Texas, especially the women.
Oh, no, the women is great,
That's
but go get some money elsewhere, brother.
Speaking of women, the All-Girls Summer League started this past Monday. This was organized by Mackenzie Charles, Lynn English Lynn English women's basketball coach. He organized this with some help. And they started Monday. They had a good turnout. I was there. We talked to him. You know, I think the next game's tomorrow. They believe they got the high school girls playing tomorrow. You see, this guy's confused. He don't know what.
Nah, I thought a video was gonna pop on.
Yeah, there's a video that's about to pop up.
I'll be your eating popcorn.
Athletes Corner, go ahead. All Girls Summer League. All right, we here at Athletes Corner, Marian Gardens. It's the inaugural All Girls League. The organizer, Coach Mack. What's going on?
Everything's good, man. Thank you for coming, highlighting these girls, to have an opportunity to get better throughout the summer. That's all we're trying to do.
What was it like putting this together?
It was fun, really. It's a little stressful because you don't know the amount of girls you're gonna get, so you have to reach out to a lot of girls. It's a lot of work putting into it, but it's fun. It's for the kids. I want to give the kids an opportunity to get better, and this is it. So I think first day has been pretty good. Middle school girls are up. A lot of good talent. So we try to spread the talent around so we have competitive games. So I think that's been a successful today.
You've been like running around like a madman trying to just like get everything situated as far as putting the team together, the refs, like having some of your assistant coaches help out. So how's that just like doing all that?
Man, I'm kind of used to it, man. If I'm going to put my name on something, I try to put everything into it. And I have some great volunteers. DeAndre Warm is helping, Catherine Stisson, Corey Bingham. So it's a team effort. So it has to be a team effort for any type of programs like this to be successful. You got to have a good team. So today was a lot of work. I think once we get a couple days in, I'll be able to sit in my chair a little bit and relax and just enjoy the games. But right now, just got to get it established. So that means I got to work a little harder right now.
How's the league gonna go? What's the schedule for this league?
So what we're gonna do, starting Thursday, it will be all high schoolers, and they'll play 2 games between 4:30 and 7:30. They'll get 2 games in. On Mondays, it will be the middle school group, and they'll get 2 games. It was good first day to see how many middle schoolers we'll have. We have some girls that will play both levels just because we want them to challenge themselves, and they're talented enough. So it's good so far, so good.
How are you able to do this league and not let it, like, you know, that we got the Lynn Parks League going on, so how's it just trying to organize it so those two don't like kind of bump heads?
Yeah, they clash on, because really this is all girls. This is an opportunity for just the girls to come together. Those other leagues, they're more co-ed, but we're trying to push those girls here so they can get better together and they can help each other. Girls should support each other. Girls should support girls. Women should support women. And it's not a gender thing, but we want them to come together and help each other. Come in with good attitudes, really. Come in with good positive attitudes and just enjoy the game of basketball.
So talk about the slate of games, you guys. How many games you planning on having this season go?
So I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, it's four weeks. So they'll get 2 games. We do the math. It's probably up to almost 20 games throughout the summer. And then they have playoffs. They do the playoff system in August, early August. So that'll be good for them. That'll be real good.
Yeah. And I know you got a lot going on this summer. You and all the other coaches got a lot going on as far as the camp. So it's like just getting those kids from the camp. You know, they got the camps in the morning, then they got the leagues and stuff. So what's that like? Because it's hard work for you too, because you got to do both.
It's been a long day. Listen, I work an overnight job. So I went to my overnight last night, came to camp in the morning. Now I'm here now. It's just hard work. I'll get some sleep in a few hours. But it's good though. It's good to see the kids practice the skills at camp, and then they can come out here and put them to the test and try them in the games. So that's what it's all about. That's why we do all the skills and drills. So when they get into a game, they're comfortable and they can execute some of the moves that they're practicing.
Yeah. Who are some of the kids we should be watching out here? Who are some names that you could think off the top of your head? So some that's kind of been impressive for you.
Man, it's the first day, so I'm still trying to learn names. And I'm probably, right now, between camp and this, I'm trying to learn like 100 different kids' names right now. But Maddie Loreno, she was out here and she played well. I know a lot of kids' nicknames, so Day, she's an 8th grader, she's gonna be real good. Yaya, so a lot of nicknames, because that's just kind of relationship we have, but they're gonna be good players. And there's some new girls that I haven't seen that are out here that as long as they keep on coming every week, they're going to get better. And it's a pleasure to watch their growth. That's what it's about. As a coach, I want to see these kids get better and see them grow. That's what it's all about.
See my cousin over there. She just
Out there, she learned.
she a newbie. Yeah, she a newbie.
Yeah,
she a newbie. You can tell she a newbie.
Yeah, it's a lot, and you know something? It's a lot of newbies, and we're mixing up talent levels. So older girls got to use some leadership skills and help the younger girls. And the young girls can learn by watching and by having the experience on the court. So mixing them together, I think, is a good thing. Really practice some leadership skills for some of the more talented girls.
Definitely. I'll talk about some of the sponsors that you guys got. Who helped you guys with all this?
I think you got the Lazy Dog, you got the Mayor, Camacho Customs, you got Fred Hogan, Ward 6 Counselor, you got Tonio Anderson Skills Academy sponsoring the team. So it's a lot of people that come together in this community to give back, and that it couldn't happen without these people giving back in the community.
And lastly, before we go, just once again tell them the times and the days that these games will be played.
Okay, yep, and we're still accepting more players, so you can come down. On Mondays, it's the middle school, and they're gonna play from 4:30 to 8. They'll get 2 games. On Thursday, it's high schoolers, and they'll play the same time. So you can come down. Any people that want to come down and help volunteer coaching each team is really good. That's something I've been doing today, and I had no problem doing it. I kind of enjoy that. But the more people we can give back to the community is really good.
Definitely. There you have it. Make sure come down, check it out. Mondays, Thursdays, whatever. Just go. Come here. Marian Gardens, 4 o'clock. They'll be here. He'll be here. I'll be here occasionally. And there's a lot of basketball happening in the summertime. So we out of here. Athletes Corner. We're done. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep. Look. That was quick from the bumper, but yo, that was back fast.
I was gonna say I was waiting for it. It was
Oh man! All right, we are back. We got 6 minutes left. We're gonna run through some stuff here real quickly. Todd said there's gonna be girls from other cities are also welcome to join in on this league. So it's not only exclusive to Lynn. It's also inclusive to other cities as well, surrounding areas. So parents, you got your daughters that want to, have some summer league basketball. Just get them out the house, interact with other kids, bring them down to Marian Gardens, put them to work.
Yeah.
All right. Before we wrap it up, U.S. Women's, they won another World Cup.
Pay them women.
Pay them.
Pay them.
We kind of saw this coming. I think I think we all saw this coming. We saw the U.S. women winning this title. They breezed through every competition. They didn't really sweat as much through this. I think they had one challenge, but pretty much it was a smooth sailing for them.
Pay them women.
Shout out to Megan, what's her name? Rapinoe? I forget her name.
In the red?
Nah, I don't even know what to talk. Man, the lady that's Megan Rapinoe, I think that's her name.
Purple hair?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, purple hair.
Name,
I think her last name's Rapinoe.
She's
Shout out to her for all the stuff she's doing, not only on the field, but off the field as well as, bringing awareness to some of the stuff that, she's in the LGBTQ community, and she speaks up for them a lot. And, she has some words for number 45. We won't talk about that because we don't want to get political here. Cause,
we don't do that on this show.
We don't do that on this show, right? But yeah, she had some words for him. But kudos to the U.S. women's soccer team. Why can't I talk today?
Just it's obviously hiatus. You had like a 2-week.
I blame this all on Portland. I blame this on the city of Portland because that city got me not functioning correctly. I can't even talk on camera. But yeah, U.S. women's win the gold. We don't know when the men are going to win the gold. We don't even know if they're going to qualify for it. I don't know.
I don't even watch the men's World Cup, to be honest with you.
I do, but not for the U.S. men's team because they're always a disappointment. But shout out to the U.S. women's team for winning another gold medal. And, maybe they'll three-peat. We'll see at the next FIFA World Cup.
Maybe they'll get paid.
Yeah. Pay those women. Tennis. We got some tennis for y'all. Simona Halep defeated Serena Williams. She defeated Serena Williams. She actually dominated Serena Williams in this matchup. And this, she denied Serena Williams of her 24th major. Only reason we're talking about this is not because she won, it's because Serena lost. Honestly, that's the only reason we're talking about it. But congratulations to her, but the biggest story is that Serena lost. I mean, I didn't know who this lady was. Apparently her and Serena played 4 or 5 times before, and I think this is her first victory over Serena. But, I mean, congratulations to her. You know, you beat a GOAT. You beat a legend, and, you know, maybe Serena will get it, the 24th one in the next one, but we'll see. But congratulations to Simona. She is from Romania, so shout outs to everybody in Romania. You know, maybe her and Serena will have a rematch in the next big tournament that they got coming up. And then Novak Djokovic, Popovich, Djokovic. All these bitches is always winning.
Yeah.
Bitch better have my money. He beat Roger Federer in an epic matchup. This was actually, they were going back and forth in this one. It was these two, every time they get together, they always have these epic games. And, you know, a lot of people don't like him.
Who?
Djokovic.
That's my guy.
Yeah, but he's really hated in the tennis community.
Because he's nuts.
And his last name is Djokovic.
He's like 6'8". He's a 6'8" dog. He be screaming, ripping his shirt off. He plays tennis like basketball. That's why I like him.
Yeah, so he won another one in his he's had quite the career. I don't have it right here how many majors that he's won, but he's got a lot.
He's still behind the other two.
Yeah, and he's not even he wins the majors, but still Nadal and Federer are always the two guys that are always talked about. So congratulations to Djokovic, Popovich. Yeah. I just like saying his last name. And we won't even talk about the Red Sox. Rest in peace to Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Yeah, man.
Legendary boxer. What was he, featherweight or?
Off the top of my head, bro, I was so young watching him. I was telling you before the show, I've seen him fight more than any professional boxer in my life just because he was always on HBO boxing, and I'm just had a lot of cable as a kid.
Yeah, they were saying that he was, you know,
He was amazing.
All right, we got to go. Tate just telling us he got to go. But this guy was an amazing boxer. Rest in peace to him. You know, got hit by a car. They don't know the situations. They don't know the details, but he got hit by a car, passed away. But rest in peace to him. We are out of here. Hey, next week, if you guys want to come and watch, be a studio audience, come down. We film at 3:30, so if you got nothing to do, come down, 3:30. We need an audience. It's the summertime. Drop the hate. We're out of here.